Welcome to the Cluttered Corner. Today is day 5 of Inktober, and today's word is binoculars. I don't know what to draw for that. I guess a pair of binoculars. Just like before when I don't remember what it was that I was drawing. Let's use this one. And this is a fountain pen. This is my Twisby Iris. A little bit too heavy. I'm not going to put that there. Binoculars. I'm just going to draw a big pair of binoculars like this. And put that there. Look kind of like steampunk goggles, but they're not. I'm going to draw some shine on them. I don't know if that's really going to come through, but. And some. I guess this is a perspective thing. I'm not real good at perspective. But actually, those do look more like goggles. Binoculars don't do that. I think they have like a line here. Whatever. These are a newfangled pair of binoculars that just are like that. And a rabbit is wearing them. I don't know why this pen's not, it's not flowing good today. Maybe I have not been using it enough, because that can happen. In which case, maybe I need to clean it out. Or maybe, well, I don't think it's running out of ink. We can see it's got a lot. And it was fine the other day. All right, there we go. This is kind of a weird looking rabbit. I don't know why I would associate rabbits with this. Now I'm suddenly thinking of this movie I used to watch all the time as a kid called, I think it was called The Great American Rabbit, or The All American Rabbit. And he was like this rabbit. It was animated, of course. And he was this rabbit who got like superpowers, and he was like on roller skates, and he turned into like American flag color. And there was a bridge at some point. I don't know. Let me know if anybody else in the world remembers this, because I mean, I barely remember it, but I watched it a lot. And I'm sure I rented it on like beta. And you might not even know what beta is. It was what we had before VHS, which is what we had before DVDs, which is what we had before Blu-ray, which is what we had before streaming. And this is more of a cat nose than a rabbit nose, but there we go. Oh, he's kind of frowning. And just to make sure that we can tell these are binoculars and not big glasses, let's put hands here, because you would have to hold this. And this pen's being real scratchy today. There's probably a term for that. I don't know all the fountain pen terms. Anyway, Great American Rabbit on beta. And our beta machine was like, it had a cord for the remote. But it was a big deal that it had a remote at all. And it seemed really special. And back then, like, I don't know, tapes were really expensive. Like movies and stuff. Oh, come on. You can do it. You can do it, little fountain pen. This fountain pen doesn't have a name. I don't name my pens. But maybe I should start, because then maybe it would work to cheer it on. I don't, oh, wait, there we go. Okay. Now, I don't love the way I did this, the way I did the binoculars. Oh, don't look at the sweat from my hand on my silicone mat. Well, let's see. Where is this guy, do you think? Let's put him on a castle parapet, because why not? It's already a weird picture. Might as well get weirder. Another movie I would rent a lot on beta was Lost Unicorn. And another one was Watership Down. I love both of those. That old Watership Down movie, though, is kind of scary. Actually, you know, the Netflix one, I didn't love the Netflix one. It was kind of weird in, like, not a good way. But there was, like, a weird amount of, like, romance in it. that I didn't feel like needed to be there. And I mean, I love romance and stuff, but it was just kind of weird. But I mean, they were also trying to make it into like a whole series, not just a movie. But anyway, that old movie is really weird. There are some stuff, like, watching it as an adult, I'm like, oh man, that's really terrifying. Like the scene, you know what scenes I'm talking about if you've seen it. I don't, like that part when Bigwig gets snared, like, oh my god, can't believe I watched. I mean, poor Bigwig. He's okay though. We know that. I don't want to spoil it, but I also don't want you to like be worried about him. And that part when like they're describing what happened at the old Warren and when the tractors and stuff come and dig it up. Oh my god, it's terrifying, and they show it in this weird, like, I mean, I think that movie came out in the 70s. I'm not sure, but the style at the time was so surreal and messed up, and it's a good movie though. It's a lot like the book. The book's better. The book is the best version, I think. But I also really love the graphic novel version that came out last year, and the audiobook version that Peter Capaldi read. He does such a good job. If you don't want to like read a book, but you want to check out that one, I suggest that audiobook. It is so amazing. He does all the voices and everything's in it. Okay. Now this rabbit is looking through binoculars on this parapet, and what's in the distance? I have been on a parapet before, believe it or not, back in the day. And there's just usually like, I don't know, surprising amount of just flat ground in the background. And I'm not sure I can draw that properly. But this looks more like air. Air's fine. There would be air here too. So let's give him a sash, because I just feel like he should have one. And I didn't draw it ahead of time, but I can just color over what is here. There we go. Yeah. And that's it. So now I am going to, no wait, do rabbits have whiskers? I think they do. Do I want to draw that? No. I'm not going to draw it. I'm going to let it go. Just let it be. It doesn't need that. And you know what? I thought it would be fun today because I have this palette that I've, been showing you guys every video. No, I haven't used it every video. But I thought maybe it would be fun if I just try and use what colors are on here so I can use them up. And these are probably not going to work. These are not the colors I would probably use if I was choosing to use colors on my own, but I think it can be fun. Rabbit has a pink nose. That's an easy choice. Sometimes start with the easy choices, because then you don't have to worry about it. And you only have so much choice making in your brain, I guess. So, I'll save the harder stuff for, well, not for later necessarily, but just, Alright. I don't know why I guess I got this too wet. Problem sometimes, I think, with brushes like this that are really good and really hold a lot is that they kind of hold too much water sometimes. And I'm still learning how to deal with that. Let's say this rabbit is it orange? Maybe this was a bad idea, but I'm going to go with it because I said that I would. Oh, this color, it's kind of a brick color. This is one I was using yesterday, and it's a gray I mixed up with some stuff. I think it was just some of it was stuff that I had on my palette, and some of it was like stuff that was just here on this palette. Now, the word palette can mean either the palette of colors or I think like the physical palette. So sometimes that gets a bit confusing talking about different palettes. But I guess I switched between both. So put that there. And I think this is a nice purpley gray, which I think I said when I made it. If anybody saw that one and remembers which video it was. It is a nice purpley gray that I will probably never recreate. It's like a cake left out in the rain. Alright. That's all I have of that color. Oh, look at that. One well down. Look, it's clean. And I will clean it for reals when I'm done, if I get all the colors out. But, you know, for now, I'm going to call that clean. Oh, sticking my arm and everything. And let's put this blue here for the binoculars. Because they're going to be a dark color. Binoculars are always dark. You never see like a white pair of binoculars. They're always black. And I don't know if they need to be black. But maybe they did. Maybe they do. Don't know. This rabbit, I guess, could be white. We don't have to color him. But that feels like a cop-out because the whole point is I'm trying to use these colors. And I don't know if I will put... I don't know. Should he be pink? Should he be purple? No, this is purple. And the background's purple. So that would be way too much. We don't want him to blend in. We want him to... you know, we want him to be front and center. So let's see. Now the background, when I have seen planes like this, they're kind of just green, maybe some orange. So I'm just gonna swipe some green back here and some orange because it's gonna be a real pumpkin-y look. But I love a pumpkin, so... Oh, that's a good orange. And I think I said that yesterday, too. I guess I really like these colors I've made on this palette. But I'm going to use them all up. And then, you know, oh, that's blending really nice. I think that's great. Using this palette was actually one of the best ideas I've had. I take back what I said before about it maybe being a bad idea. I didn't say it was a bad idea. I said maybe. I think. When I watched through this, I might find out that that wasn't true, but I'm not going to fix it, and I'm not going to retract that statement now. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said. Elephant's faithful 100%. I get that stuck in my head a lot. Okay. There. Oh, it's beautiful. I think his binoculars need another layer. I don't think they're dark enough. I don't know if they're ready for another layer. That's the problem. I'm an impatient watercolorist. I probably could also name this channel The Impatient Watercolorist, but that doesn't really have a good ring to it. Plus, I want to do other things besides watercolor. I know I'm not only drawing and painting this month, but since I'm trying to do one of those every day, there's going to be a lot of watercolor, a lot of watercolor and painting, or drawing, ink drawing. It's Inktober, so I'm doing ink, and then I'm also painting it, because just doing an ink drawing doesn't take very long, and it's fun to paint them. Plus, once you start painting them, it's like I'm going to put these all in like a binder when I'm done. And if I only painted like some of them, and I didn't paint all of them, then the ones that didn't get painted wouldn't look as good. And I also think this background, well, no, I used that up. I used up all that color. But I think these bricks maybe need a little something to make them, I don't know, not stand out necessarily, but just kind of give them some more, I guess, interest. Interest is a word that you can use, like, to just mean stuff to look at. Oh no, back. See, watercolor will only go where you put the water unless you like let the streams of water meet, and then they will flow into each other and cause problems. So be careful about that if you don't want them to mix. And a more careful watercolorist would be letting this dry and, you know, doing this a little bit differently. I'm not going to say better, because who's to say? But they would be doing it differently. And I'm just going to paint this part a light purple to show that it's dark glass. I think that's shaping up real good. And now I kind of have to paint the rabbit because that's all that's left. Well, I can paint his tummy pink. Do I want to do that? I will, because I kind of set him up to be a standard looking rabbit with a pink stomach. I don't know if rabbits actually have a pink stomach. I had a rabbit once and her stomach was just white. But this guy can have a pink stomach. If rabbits don't have pink stomachs, why do we draw them like that? Where did that come from? Who started it? Okay, now I've used everything on this palette in some way already. I've got greens, I've got orange, I've got purples, I've got this pink. I'm not sure what I could paint this rabbit. There's a little bit of blue here, and I might be able to just sneakily grab just that blue and try and paint the rabbit this color. And I don't know if that's a good choice, but it's all I have left. So, desperate times. Today, I was sanding my resin stuff that I've made. I saved up kind of a lot of it, and it took me like 2 hours, and I still didn't finish. But I was outside in the yard, and various cats wandered through. We're not our cats. We only have one cat right now. But there's this orange cat that we usually refer to as that orange cat. It's fluffy, and it's kind of mean. And it came in the yard, and it looked at me like, whoa, you're not supposed to be here. And I know it sneaks through our yard because I see it on the bird feeder camera sometimes. And that's fine. I don't care if it walks through the yard, but our cat Dexter is in a feud with this cat. And they frequently get into like really long, stressful standoffs where nothing happens, but it's a lot of stress. And sometimes we hear that, you know, they're like, they don't really do anything though. So anyway, this cat came by, this orange cat, and it just stared at me, and I stared at it, and I was like, what? What's up? And then it like just stopped and stared at me for a long time. And then I went back to what I was doing, because I was like, you don't really care if this cat is here. And then it like, eventually it just kind of turned around and left. So I guess I won. I'm like 10 times the size of this cat, so, you know, I'm not sure if that's really a surprising victory. I mean, we didn't get in a fight. We were just, you know, looking at each other. And then later, Brownie came by, and Brownie is this other cat. We don't know if that's his name. That's just what my mom calls him. But his name, well, I don't know his name. We call him Brownie. And he came by, and he's my friend, but he also really wants to sneak into our house, and I believe he has malintentions with that. He wants to, I don't know, snoop and maybe cause some trouble, so he's not allowed in. And he was eyeing the back door like he really wanted to get in there. And he was trying to think like, oh, can I get past her? Can I go in? No, couldn't. So he didn't come see me. He just kind of wandered by. But I like a visit from him. He's cool. Okay, so this, I guess this is done. I kind of really like the way that the paint settled here. And the way I kind of got a little bit of purple over here. Don't love the way the blue like leaked into that, but whatever. I would like to do more shadows, but do I have enough paint? What if I do this? Take this purple put it here. Oh yeah, that's good. It's a good shadow. Would there be a shadow on this side? Probably not. I really want to paint one though, just to get to paint more shadows. I'll do a little bit. And I think there would be some here for this arm. Like that. I gotta work on shadows because I don't really know how they go. But also, you know what? I kind of don't care. I like to get to do them how I like, even if it doesn't make sense. All right, so this is binoculars. And I guess it's done. I made a rabbit with binoculars. We didn't talk about the story. What's the story behind this? I mean, I'm seeing him as being in like a war. I don't know why I make these animals in war. It's probably not war. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be that dark, but like he looks like something important's happening. But maybe he's just a tourist and he's just looking, he's on a parapet at like a castle and he brought his binoculars so he could see. And this is actually a sash for like a travel bag and we just can't see the rest of it. So that could be it. That's probably it. We don't have to imagine anything darker. We can just say, yep, he's a tourist. He's having a good time. Taking his tourism very seriously. And I still have a lot of paint left on this. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I don't want to use the same colors every day. So I may have to just sacrifice them. Except I really loved the colors on here. And I was just talking about how I'll be sad when these run out. So I probably shouldn't just get rid of them. I will keep them. But anyway, this is it for today. This is day 5. This is a beautiful watercolor painting. And I will see you. Oh, wait. Don't forget, like and subscribe. It's really important, especially for a new channel like this one. Liking things helps other people find it because, you know, if they like things and then you like those things too, but then you also like this, then I think the algorithm will show it to them and be like, hey, you might like this, I think. And they'll be like, yeah. And then they'll like and subscribe. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, you will be left out. So make sure you do those things. Anyway, I will see you next time on the Cluttered Corner.